In this video, I'm going to do a couple of things. First, I'm going to open the Spirograph die-cast collector set. Now this is a set that has the wheels made of metal. And I bought it and I was wondering, why would I really need it? Because I have other sets, and now I know why. In my design set, my small design set, one of the wheels has become warped. And I don't know if that's just from me using it, or if I left it in the sun and it got hot or something. I don't know how that happened. I had never heard of that. So, but it is warped and it's throwing off the spirographs that I do. So now I'm going to open this set up. Of course, if I use a die-cast metal set, they can't warp. So let's take this out of the box. This set, last time I looked for them, is a little bit expensive. It's about $35, probably because it's a collector's set. It comes in a tin. Let's just open this up. Here's the top of the tin. Ooh, nice felt on the inside, or flocking. Oh, look at this. This is a different way to have directions. In a little folder. And it comes with Spiro putty, 2 pens. These are kind of fancy pens. The outer wheel, and 9 wheels. No bars and no racks, but 9 wheels. So not a bad set, a basic set. So that's portable. It's different from their other modern sets where a lot of the boxes are cardboard, and I don't know what kind of metal they're made out of, but they're fairly heavy. So now what I'm doing is I'm going to use that to put some Spirograph on an apron I have. Now underneath the apron is a cardboard box that is very similar to the backing board that came with the early Spirograph sets. And to keep the fabric from moving, I'm just going to put some push pins right through the apron into the cardboard box. Now the reason I want to do this is I want to do this actually with a couple of aprons that I have. And let's get out the Spiro putty. This time they have it in a little plastic case, which seems to be difficult to get out of. A little ridiculous to take that long to get the Spiro putty out. But that's good, it comes in a little case. Okay, and I'm going to take just a little bit off of there. I'm going to find the numbers on the wheel. I'm going to put 3 pieces of Spiro putty on the back of the wheel. And the first one I'm going to do more or less in the center. Now I may need to add more push pins just to keep the fabric really tight. I could wrap the whole apron around the cardboard and tape it on the other side so it definitely doesn't move. Now I'm going to use my own pens instead of the pens that came with it. And let's see what it's like to do this with metal. I think I actually have a bend in the cardboard underneath. Now this is ballpoint ink, and it's coming out a little bit blurred on here, which could be from the fabric moving. But I think it's more from a bend under there in the cardboard. So let me find something more firm to put under there. That's a 4-inch piece of linoleum that I just slid under there. And I'm actually doing the same design in a second color. And that works much better, having a little bit of linoleum underneath there. But because the green was off a little bit, the first color I did, I'm going to put a second one next to it. Now you can do this on, this is gingham fabric. I've recently been working with canvas, where I take the canvas off of a backing board and do it that way. You might have to hold this down a bit, and I'm sure the plastic sets would work the same way. Now the reason I like the ballpoint pen is if I let it dry for, say, 24 hours. I don't know what hole I had it in, so now it's going to be different. If you let the ink dry for about 24 hours before you throw it in the washer, it won't smudge or smear. And so these become permanent. And they're a great way to decorate fabric without going to a lot of trouble, without buying anything extra than what you might already have. But I have to say, I like the metal set. It's got a little bit more weight to it. Now there are 4 of the same design that I did in the center. The green, the blue, the red, and the orange. And I did end up having the same design in all 4 colors. And the linoleum is still under there. But now you can see through the fabric and the cardboard box. If I had just moved the fabric up a little bit, I wouldn't have that bend in the box. So you don't really need the linoleum. I just needed it. It was easier than moving the whole thing up. But isn't that pretty? And then if you make all different spirograph designs, I mean, not just, I tend to do a lot of circles, but if you make the fancier designs on fabric, I mean, they would be beautiful. So now I will let this dry or set for about 24 hours, and then I'll throw it in the wash. Or when I throw it in the wash, I can just keep adding to the apron. And like I said, it's just a great way to decorate many household fabrics without having a lot of craft experience or paints and supplies. Works on fabric. The Sharpie ultrafine permanent markers actually lifted off a little bit more on fabric, on canvas, than ballpoint. Now the pens that I just used are not the Spirograph pens, but are for the most part Papermate ink joys. So there's another Spirograph project, and it really is a nice set. Now, I don't know if it's worth $35. I'm going to use it, and now, knowing that my other one warped, I might even, this might be the set I keep with me most of the time. So, the Spirograph die-cast collector set in a tin.